Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We are going to be chatting all about the most expensive makeup palette that I have ever purchased. I have two of them. It is the Natasha Denona, this sucker right here with 28 shades. Now these are a variety of different finishes. There are mattes, there are metallics, there are shimmers, there are these like ultra crazy super sparkly guys right here. You can either go with a more warm tone palette like this guy right here, or they do have a more cool tone palette, this guy right here. I'm wearing a lot of these colors today on my eyes. I ordered these way before Christmas. I have been playing with these, putting them to the test for a very long time. I have been wearing them on, Snapchat, in different videos. I think when you say $239 for a palette, the immediate reaction in your brain is just like, oh my God, no, like, are you kidding me? This is so much money. But I do want to break it down for you guys that you do get 28 shades. So if you do the math, these are around $8 a piece, and you get a lot of product in each individual pan. The individuals are $27. So, let's do some more quick math here. If you were to purchase 28 of the individuals at the individual price, you would be spending $756. So that makes the palette price feel like a freaking bargain. I mean, there are some standouts, but it's not gonna like change your life. Okay, so let's just get that out of the way. So we're gonna dive into the swatches and just start chatting about the colors, and I will share with you what I put on my eyes today, just in case, you're like, hey, purple crease, I love it. Let me get in on that. Let's start with the more warm tone palette. I think that this is the one that people will gravitate toward more just because this is very neutral. It feels like, oh, everyday makeup. I could do so much with this. These shadows, for the most part, are very, very smooth. They are very richly pigmented. They do contain talc, so if you have an irritation to talc or it's just an ingredient you want to avoid, keep that in mind. I know I'm not the biggest fan when I see that that is the first ingredient on a shadow, but I went ahead and purchased these myself, by the way. I bought these myself just because I wanted to see what the hype was about. I wanted to experience those beautiful metallics because I really feel with this brand of eyeshadows, that is what stands out. These beautiful, glowy, bright metallics. Those are my favorites. The matte shadows are not necessarily my cup of tea. Some of them are really great, but as a whole, they weren't like something that I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this is the best, smoothest, most incredible matte shadow I've ever used. That is not the reaction that I had. I want to share with you really quickly. I sat down to do all of my research and I was checking which individuals are in the palettes and which ones they are, and I don't know what I'm talking about right now. Help me. Okay, the palette came with this little plastic guy right here that went on top of the shadows to tell you exactly which color was what. And looking at the back of the box, these are not the same. So I am like super confused as to what is what. I threw one of the plastic guys away, which I wish I hadn't. So for the more cool toned one, I really have no idea what color is what color. But for the warmer toned one, I will be able to tell you because it came in kind of like this. You see? You see? Anyway, let's get started. We're gonna go vertically because I feel like those colors are more meant to go together. So that's just one straight swatch, just quickly on the back of your hand. So this is that first row, and the one on the bottom here, I really do love so much. Oh my goodness. It's just a beautiful, very warm, gorgeous, metallic bronzy brown. That shade is called Umber. It's 78M. And I do really love that one. I'm gonna try and list all of the colors and put like a star next to the ones that I think are really beautiful and worth individual purchase. That way, if you wanna hop online and buy one or two instead of the whole big palette, then you can go ahead and do that. The next row over, you would look at it and you would not think that it would be anything that special. Those top two shades, the shade Indian Gold and Moonstone, are to die for. These are beautiful, and that is just dry. That's not wet, that's not foiled. It can get even more intense if you do want to foil it. Moving over one row, you have the shade that I am wearing all over my lid today, which is just spectacular. This has to be one of my very favorites from, you know, if I'm judging as a whole from both palettes. This color right here is just stunning, gorgeous, works with many different colors. So you could go neutral or you could do something really bold like what I'm wearing right now. And this is the shade Industrial. Right below that, you have Aluminum, which literally, I mean, hello, Tin Man. Like that is like super silver. Crazy. That is just like a crumpled up piece of aluminum foil. It's spot on. Below that, you have Golden Aquamarine, and then you have Tropic, which really, these don't impress me that much. I feel like with my L'Oreal singles, I could get better pigmentation than with these. I hate saying that, but these just aren't really, they're just not that special to me. Moving over one row, we have Smoky Quartz and True Gold, both flipping stunning. Now with True Gold, I have worn this one quite a few times, and the first time I wore it, it really kind of got everywhere, and I have slightly hooded eyes, so a little bit of that gold like kind of almost went up to my brow bone. You can fix that just by using a glitter glue on top of your shadow and kind of treat that as a glitter and just really press it in on the lid with your fingertips. Otherwise, you can get some of that kind of glitteriness flying here, there, everywhere. But look at how beautiful that is. Oh my goodness. This one gets a star next to it for sure. These two are really beautiful as well. Again, it's these metallic ones that really, really get me excited about this palette. This one right here especially. So these two are Glam Green and Cloudy Blue. Next up, we have Antique Olive, and I kind of have a dupe for it from Makeup Geek. This is Jester. This is a foiled eyeshadow. It's not exactly spot on, but it's the same kind of feeling. So I wanted to point that out just because like this is not a dupe, it's just very similar. Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadows have a very similar consistency. So if you want something that is more affordable, because I believe these pans are $10 versus the $27 for an individual from the Natasha Denona, oh my God, tongue twister. I just wanted to kind of throw that out there. Check out the foiled shadows if you're looking for something super, super metallic, but 27 is just too much for you. We have Bottle Green and Emerald Green. Emerald Green is really pretty, but it kind of reminds me of something that I have in like an Urban Decay Vice palette or something like that. And it's not exactly the kind of color that you would wear all the time unless this is like an absolute favorite and you're like, ooh, I love like really loud greens. You know, this is not, I don't know. These just didn't really like wow me. Then we move into a row that I really like quite a bit. We have Sandstorm, Terracotta, Arizona, and Cool Bronze. If you love warm eyeshadows, these are just like perfection. They are very bright and bold, easy to blend. You have two mattes here, you have two metallics here, and these are gorgeous. Very, very flattering. I should mention that all of these shadows do wear a really long time. Every time I have worn these, at the end of the day, I look in the mirror and I'm like, wow, like this is still hanging out. The pigment is really strong and it doesn't crease. So they are beautiful shadows. I just favor some colors and consistencies a little more than others. We have Ochre, Sienna, which I love. Look at that. This is so unique. Sienna is beautiful. Below that, Golden Flesh and Satin Tan. Now here's the palette that I have no idea what the shade names are, which is really frustrating. But we will do the same thing here and go through that first row. These are gorgeous. This third one down, I love. I feel like that is just a very smooth, beautiful metallic. Something that's really nice about these metallics is they are very smooth. They do not make your eyes look more crinkly or wrinkly. They just lay beautifully on the skin and they are really easy to smooth out and you don't have to like pack on a ton of product to get the color that you want. So that is really nice. The next row over, I'm wearing actually quite a few of these. This row is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know, I'm like, yes. Purples are really difficult to blend, and whenever I do swatches of purples, I usually am unimpressed. You guys know that, but these ones are just beautiful. I am wearing a mixture of these two in my crease. Of course, I didn't like make it so super loud. I wanted it to be, I almost said conservative. This is not conservative, but I wanted it to be a little more subdued and not like totally this bright, which the nice thing is you could pack this color on the lid and have it be this bright, or you can use this in the crease and really blend and buff and get just a nice wash of that color. The next one, oh my goodness, this top color, love. Let's just take a look at it all by itself. Oh my God. I'm inspired to do a tutorial just with this. I love this. It is beautiful. So this row, we have that gorgeous shade right here. We have two more metallic shades that are, you know, pretty nice, whatever. And then this purple at the bottom is just super intense, matte, and really, really beautiful. Plums, deep plums are a great way to add a little bit of color to your look without overdoing it and still keeping things very daytime. I am in no way talking about the situation that is on my eyes right now. I'm just talking about taking a little bit of that color, smoking out the lower lash line, or adding a little color on the outer corners. It can be really flattering, and I love this one. This one is just like golden perfection. Look at that. This one I've tried to use. I want it to look good on me. It just does not. The one below it right here, this is beautiful over top so many different shadows. If you just take a little bit of this guy, pack it on the center of the lid, this is just a beautiful highlight shade. And then the last one, this is like a duochromatic, and it looks like it would be so great, but when you put it on the eye, it just kind of ends up looking a little bit weird. I don't know, maybe I need to play with that a little bit more, put it on top of a darker color. This row is all like, ooh, really high quality shadows. I mean, I don't really have much bad to say about this other than I think that it's a lot of eyeshadow for one person to use. So the second to last row, we have a couple of brighter mattes. These are colors I probably, gosh, I don't even know if I will ever use them, but they are very fun and they're very smooth. And that's something that you can count on with all of these shadows, is that they are very smooth straight away. You don't have to like overblend or work too hard with them. This guy right here is just so bright and vibrant and gorgeous and beautiful. And then you have one down, which is like a nice taupe metallic. And then you have this silver that is just like ridiculous. This is the most insane silver I have ever seen. This is just like so incredibly bright. And to give you an example, let's go back into the silver over here. See how I was like aluminum, it's like aluminum, but look how much brighter this one is over here. All right, and the last shade I will swatch for you is a gorgeous matte navy blue. This one is so smooth, it feels like silk. It's just a really nice deep matte navy blue. If you were curious about, you know, these eyeshadows and why they're so expensive and what the deal is, I don't think there's any big mystery. I just think you get a ton of shadow, and these are high quality. Pigmentation is great, the wear time is great, the blendability is great. So everything about it, A to Z, is fantastic. I just don't think that we all need to be in a rush to, you know, buy both palettes and be like, yes, $500 for eyeshadow. It's just not like, let's take a pause. I am in the info box below going to put a star next to each one that I think is really special, and I hope that helps you out with purchasing and feeds your curiosity with these two palettes. So there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please thumbs this video up if you like these kind of swatch and tell videos, and I will be happy to keep doing them for you. So I hope you're having a good one, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah.